What are the different types of SAP projects? Okay, we need to understand what are the different types of SAP projects. Now you can see on an overall basis in each and every organization, you will find these six kinds of different projects which are being undertaken. Okay, it begins number one with greenfield implementation, then you have the brownfield, which is also called a system conversion, then you have the rollout project, upgrade project, support project, enhancement or development project. Now, what does these different projects mean, and in what type of project have you ever worked? Okay, because it will be asked in the interview. What type of projects have you worked in? Can you tell me something about the project in which you have worked? What was your role? And all this kind of stuff. Okay, so let us go ahead one by one. Very first thing which we begin with is the greenfield implementation. The word says greenfield. Okay, it looks quite green. That is, it is right from the scratch. Okay, it is right from the scratch. That is, you're going to begin it from the scratch. SAP will be set up for the first time for that particular organization. That is called as a greenfield implementation. Prior to that, there was no SAP. So when SAP is being set up for the first time for any organization, that is called as a greenfield implementation. Prior to that, prior to SAP, that organization might be working on some other ERP. Let's say Tally. So the organization was already working on Tally, but now from Tally, they are moving to SAP S/4HANA. So for the first time, they are getting SAP implemented for them. So that is called as greenfield implementation. Okay. Now, what will be your role? Again, as we said, from core phase, you will be conducting the fit to standard workshops. We'll be trying to understand the current business model. We'll then configure the same into SAP, test the same, whatever you have configured and customized, you will test it. And finally, you will train the end users of the business as to how does SAP works. Okay. Now, this is what is called as greenfield implementation. Next is brownfield implementation. Brownfield implementation, which is also called as system conversion. Now, many of you might be aware, if not, the thing is that sooner or later, ECC will go away. ECC will go away and that will be completely replaced by SAP S/4HANA. And organizations have already started moving from ECC to S/4HANA. Okay. Now, this is called as brownfield implementation. Basically, what you are going to do, you are now trying to move from ECC to S/4HANA. So those organizations which are already working into SAP ECC, when they are moving to SAP S/4HANA, that is called as a system conversion project or a brownfield implementation. Okay. The next project is called as the rollout project. Now, what is the rollout project basically? As the word in itself suggests, rollout. Okay, that means you are rolling out something which was already in existence. So let's say there is a company, there is an organization. It's the in this case, let's the example is mentioned is that it's a German organization and it has many company codes. Okay, and let's say it has 50 company codes, 50 company. Okay, and for 40 company codes, SAP was already implemented. Now that same German company also has its Indian subsidiaries. And what it wants the SAP now to be implemented for its Indian subsidiaries as well. Basically, SAP was already implemented for 40 company codes. For 10 company codes which were in India, it wanted the same to be rolled out to the Indian subsidiaries as well. So it is not a greenfield. Why so? Because it is already implemented for this organization. Only thing is for its other company codes wherein the SAP was not yet implemented, you are rolling out the same thing. What is the advantage over here? Advantage over here is that the configuration was already done for those German company codes. So you have a config document already in place. You have everything in place. Only thing what you need to do, you need to implement the same thing for the Indian subsidiaries. There might be some variations, just like in this case, GST. In German, there might be VAT. Wherein you have the GST. So you need to configure the TDS and the GST portion separately. But for others, other entire things, the entire SCP was implemented. Same thing you also need to implement for the Indian subsidiary. Best thing is config document was already present over here for your support. Okay. So this is one of the implementation which you can always say in your interviews. Yes, I have done an end-to-end implementation. Okay. If they ask you what, it's a rollout project. We did it. SAP was already implemented uh, for around 60 to 70 company codes, and there were two more company codes for each was needs to be implemented. Let's say 20 more company codes, and we implemented that. Okay, so this is how you need to approach in the interview as to what type of project you are dealing with. But for that, you must know what are the different kinds of implementation projects which are in existence. So rollout project is one of the project which will help you to make the interviewer understand that okay, you have worked into an implementation project. Okay, this is called as a rollout. The next thing is an upgrade project. So what is an upgrade project? Okay. Now, when you talk about a great project, so basically what happens, there are different service packs, or you can also call it as versions. So let's say SAP S4 HANA 2023. Okay. The organization was working onto a service pack, feature pack 2. Okay. And the SAP released a new feature pack called as 4 for the same SAP S4 HANA 2023 version. Now that is called as upgrade. So the organization was already working onto that, but new features were included for SAP S/4HANA 2023 itself. When new features were included, the service pack or the feature pack got changed, and that's why you need to upgrade yourself from service pack to service pack 4. Now, for your knowledge and information, these feature packs are being introduced by SAP, depending upon there are various measures like say quarterly or half yearly. Okay, and on the basis of that, you also need to upgrade yourself. Okay, so this is called as an upgrade project. Now, what happens in an upgrade project? You are already working on something. Okay, there are different kinds of customizations and configurations which you do. Now you are already working on something in SAP S4 HANA Service Pack 2. Okay, now uh, what happened? The organization upgraded itself from SAP Feature Pack to Feature Pack 4 or Service Pack 4. Okay, now when it upgraded itself to that, certain things which were already working might not work. Certain things which were already working or certain T codes which were already working fine might not work. That's why there is a need of a regression testing, thorough testing, regression testings, wherein you will find both the positive as well as the negative cases. You will test the different T codes again, and you will check whether those are functioning or not. Okay, so all the T codes, whatever the periodic processing you do, monthly closing, and each and everything is being tested. And if in case something doesn't works, that is called as a defect. That is not called as an incident. That is called as a defect. Okay, we call it as a defect. Okay, the business will raise a defect. Hey, this is not functioning now. Earlier it was functioning, but with the upgrade of the feature pack or service pack, now it is not functioning. So you need to see why that is not functioning. How you will find out that? So basically, you will first of all understand the documentation, what all things have changed from this 2 to 4. So you need to see this. Then once you see this, you will be able to realize what all changes are done. Then you will be able to understand why something is functioning and something is not. Okay. So this is one of the things which you need to understand, that there is also kind of an upgrade project which is in existence. Let's move ahead, which is a support project. Quite a common kind of project, okay, which is done once the project has gone live, run phase has been over, and now there is a support project which goes on. Now, support project which deals with incidents, change requests. What is a support project? It deals with incidents and change requests. A end user is already working. He might face an issue and he will raise an incident. Okay, he will raise an incident. Now, how he will raise an incident? So there are different kinds of tools. There are different kinds of tools which are in process, like service desk, like Stallman. Okay, so the user raises an incident over there. Okay, the user raises the incident and tells that okay, this is the issue I am facing. Now let's say uh, it might be a valid issue which you find okay. Now let's say we also gone through the DMEE. The user runs F110, but the run was not successful. When the run was not successful, user faced the error. Valid payment method does not exist. So the user will raise an incident. A valid payment method does not exist. And that is what happens in a support project. Okay. So any issues which comes post go live are dealt through support project. And we are required to solve those issues. Okay. Now, in case of a support project, there are different SLAs. Now, different kinds of tickets might be there, like P1, P2, P3, P4. Okay. So P1, when you talk about P1, P is basically the priority. Priority one. Okay. So priority one means that needs to be resolved within 4 hours. Okay. Once it comes in, you need to resolve it within 4 hours. A resolution needs to be provided. If not, then the SLA will breach. There will be penalties which will be imposed by the business. P2, you have a day to resolve the issue. That's priority two. P3, you have 2 to 3 days to resolve the issue. And P4, that's the lowest one. You have 4 days to resolve the issue. So that's how the priority is decided. And the user raises the incident in the form of priority tickets like P1, P2, P3, P4 in case of support project. Now, P1 is basically raised when the entire production gets halt. There is no way or workaround if the issue is not resolved. Let's say F110 run, it failed. Will it impact the production overall? No, it will not impact the production overall. There is a workaround. The user might raise a P2 instead of a P1. Why so? Because you can also delay the payment for a day, and if not, you can also make manual payments instead of going through automatic payment run. There is a workaround. It's not a halt. It can still work. So therefore, it will not be accompanied with a P1. So P1 is majorly goes with when the entire production is on halt. Whenever a P1 or P2 ticket is raised, whenever a P1 or a P2 ticket is raised, go for a major incident call, MIM. Okay, major incident call or major incident meeting is done wherein people from business end, people from your own organization end, and you as a consultant will join that, and it will be understood what the issue is, and will be and the process will be to resolve the issue within the defined SLA. Okay, that's called the major incident call. This happens only when P1 or P1 P2 ticket comes. This is what is done in support project. Right. The next is enhancement or development project. Now, let's say the support you saw issues are coming in, but their user might also need new developments. Business might need new developments. Let's say in case of DMEs, now the business wants 10 different DMEs. The business wants 10 different DMEs to be implemented, to be configured. That comes into enhancement or development project. Now what happens? The business nowadays combines the support and development project. The business combines the support project and the development project. So within the support project, you also have the development. Now in case of support, if there are issues, they use incidents. There is the incidents. But in case of development, they create change requests. Change requests because a change needs to be implemented, a new thing needs to be implemented. That's called the enhancement or development project. For this, you prepare also the functional specification document. Whatever you do, you prepare a functional specification document, test it, and then prepare test scripts. Test script is nothing but it is a document wherein all whatever testing you have done is saved. Okay, you document it. That is called as test script. So this is called as enhancement or development. Okay, so all of a thing, if you just come back, you can see these are the 6 different kind of SAP implementation projects, or not only implementation but different types of SAP projects which are in place, right? From greenfield, brownfield, rollout, upgrade, support, and enhancement.